The very thought that came to mind when I unboxed this $50 diver. Could I have set my expectations too low? I don't think so. In fact, I knew exactly what I wanted. A reasonably finished, mid-sized, all-steel daily beater for somewhat around Casio money. And I got exactly that kind of watch. I believe even more by my easy standards. So I just can't join the Invicta hate camp. I am more than satisfied with my purchase. I'm happy that I took my chances in spite of all the negativity towards the brand. I bought this watch with my own money and I am now a fan. And I put the time to hopefully make that intro appeal like a commercial to convince any skeptic that this Pro Diver at least is every bit worth getting. And I'd argue for that case if you like to hear me out, as any fan would. But before that, let me bring up some measurements to get those with skinny wrists like mine into the Pro Invicta side. Here it is, perfect for my 6 1/4 inch wrist. I got this specific watch with the black dial and coin edge bezel for exactly $50 with free shipping from Amazon. The one with the scallop bezel can be had for a little bit less, a Pepsi for even cheaper, and for those who wouldn't mind a slightly bigger and slightly thicker watch, Invicta also offers variants with automatic movements for slightly more money. I ordered this watch partly to have something to keep up with my self-imposed publishing schedule here on the channel. By the way, it would greatly help if you can consider giving this video a like. My expectations were at the lowest with the thought of selling the watch after a review if I ended up not liking it. This confession of course goes with the light scratch on the head out of embarrassment. I waited anxiously, the parcel arrived, I unboxed the watch, and peeled off the stickers. Exactly in that order, of course. What came next, I can't exactly remember between trying it on my wrist or scratching my head again, this time clueless as to why this watch gets so much hate. Since then, I've worn this watch more than any other in my collection and I'm surely not selling it. But how could anyone hate this? For $50? Really? So just for fun, I thought of presenting you this watch's specifications while trying on paper to clone it with the cheapest parts that I can find online. I'll be privileging all the haters with the assumption that they all have the tools needed to put all these parts together, check for proper water resistance, and of course the knowledge to confidently build the watch. But to be fair, I believe those parts should all be brand new, just as how I bought my Invicta, with all cost of shipping accounted for. $4 from a well-rated seller, and with free shipping. Sounds like a good start, but we have to take at least one battery to get the quartz movement ticking, right? $2 for 10 pieces. They're basically giving these things for free. High polished finish on either side of the case. Engraved Invicta branding on one side. High polished chamfers. Brushing on top of the lugs. Very close if not equal to entry-level Seiko finishing from what I can see. Bezel action is surprisingly good, although lacking a bit of grip. No wobble, not even the slightest backplay, and alignment is perfect. I'm not sure if I got lucky with a good copy, but that bubble on the flat mineral crystal is perfectly aligned, and really usable too. And here it is against my studio LEDs to show any anti-reflective treatment if any. That is, if we should even be concerned about that at this price point. Screw-on case back with a mix of polishing and brushing, properly engraved, and again branded. Stainless steel bracelet with hollow end links with a barely noticeable gap from the lugs. Oyster-style solid links held together by push pins. Those aren't real 3-piece links though, but singles with polished middle, brushed shoulders, and polished sides. Finishing is again Seiko 5 level, but definitely less rattly. Stamped clasp with fold-over lock, and 4 holes for micro adjust. And again, engraved Invicta branding. So not exactly identical in dimensions, but I found this set of case, bezel, crystal, case pack, and bracelet for $33, shipping included. Adding up, but still within budget I suppose. Could it be finished better? Maybe, maybe not. Could it hold true to its claimed 100-meter water resistance? Again, maybe and maybe not. But can the Invicta really go down to 200 meters as it says? Maybe and maybe not. And to be honest, I'm skeptical about that too. There's a way to find out, but it costs at least $74 plus $92 to ship. Not yet for me in my stage of the hobby. I've taken this Pro Diver to the pool once, plus all the water exposure it went through for starring in that intro, and it's held up really well so far, and that's good enough for my use. Applied indices with steel borders I believe on a deep black dial, cut out date window at 3 o'clock, applied Invicta logo below 12, and 4 rows of text above 6. The Submariner design goes all the way here up to the handset except for the counterbalance on the second hand, which for the 6th time is Invicta branding. They're not selling this as a Rolex for sure. Lume is present on the 5-minute markers and on all 3 hands, but even this fanboy can't say it's any good. And these are the cheapest I could find. $7.60 for a printed dial, $2 for an identical handset, but with the additional cost for shipping. Time to tally up. So Frankenwatch here, to my surprise, ended up costing almost exactly as the Invicta. Both excellent bargains for a tough beater I think. One comes ready for play, while the other comes with the added fun of putting the blocks in place. Which is the better option? I leave that decision up to you, but I've made mine and don't regret it. But what about this? Screw down crown, sapphire crystal, and possibly better finishing and water resistance for just an additional $10. Better value? Maybe, but I guess we can't deny the weight of which looks better on a watch dial. Again, I'll leave you for a decision because I've already come up with mine. I'm an Invicta fanboy, remember? In fact, this Pro Diver has so won me over that I got another. Yes, that's another yellow box for me, which I didn't even include in the tally because you haters are getting loads of bubble wrap from those parts anyway. A review for this is up next, and if you're interested in that, please consider subscribing to the channel and maybe hitting that bell icon. Thanks so much for watching.